Hi everyone! Today I'm going to talk about food photography. Something that I want you to keep in mind, this is not a cooking lecture. So this short video is catered to intermediate and advanced photography students who need to build their food photography portfolio. And so I'm going to talk about some elements that's quite important in food photography. So I'm going to talk about right now what are your choices when you select the plates and the spoon and the napkins and the small bowl for the garnish. So I'm using this marble with the gray pattern as the base. I'm just going to give you some option right now. First, it's a white bowl, soup bowl, with some pattern around it. If I place it here, what are the options for the garnish? Do I want to use the white bowl? Simple and solid. Do I want to use the white spoon in here? Should I use these napkins with some pattern? For sure you can tell here it is actually blue with some reddish thing, and actually there are some green around it. So this is something that you may want to consider if you're using, for example, a tomato soup. These napkins might work and you can place it right there. Or should we replace this white soup bowl with the white soup bowl with the blue rim around it? Does it still look good? Does the blue and this blue competing? If you think that's competing, you may want to replace the napkins and you may want to use something that's more simple. And I have a white napkins with two gray lines, which probably matches with the marble. Now, can I replace this? Sure. Now I can use this small bowl for a garnish. And look at also the position of this bowl because it has a lot of pattern. Should I place it this way or should I place it like that? And this is your consideration. My suggestion is always to have some alternative when you shoot. So you can shoot it like that, you can also shoot it like that. And now if you want to replace this with this white bowl, it still works. At the end, it is up to you which one that you are going to select. What's important is this is a food photography, so you really want to emphasize the food itself. I purposely chose all these plates and spoon that has white color as a base color. Of course you can use any other color, but again, one thing that you want to keep in mind, does it compete with the color of the food itself? Some of the technical consideration when you're doing food photography, number one, it's always best when you use natural light. So, and when you use natural light, ideally it has to be diffused, not too harsh. Try to avoid some harsh shadow. Number two, when you're using your digital single lens reflect, I would suggest you to use ISO around 100 or 200. If you really have to, you can use ISO 400 because we really don't want the grain or the noise from the digital camera to really show. Number three, it's best also if you start thinking that actually you're doing a portrait of this food. So try to see it from completely different perspective. And this is very important. So another important thing is you really don't want to use a wide angle lens. You can use normal lens like 50mm if you're using 35mm DSLR, or you can use also a longer lens, but never use your wide angle lens because that would create a distortion. So with your shutter speed, of course, it varies. It all depends on the lighting quality that you have. So the lighting intensity would change the f-stop and the shutter speed, as you all know. So therefore, it really helps if you have a tripod, especially when you're doing this and your shutter speed is really slow, because you really don't want your camera to shake when you're doing this food photography. So that's the short video about food photography. I hope that helps. And as you saw earlier, there are some examples of the food photographs, and the best thing to do is just keep practicing, and remember, always have the alternative shots, even from the same food. So you're not shooting exactly from here, keep changing. Maybe you want to ask, oh, what if I change the plate? Maybe I want to use the blue rim, maybe I want to use the solid color. So those are something that you want to keep in mind. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.